once again. We are back for part 2 of the Corvette. So we got quite a lot done. We got bags 1 to 10 and there's 16 in total, so we've got 11 to 16 today. Hello, Chow. Oi oi. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. So yeah, we've got the back end, we've got the back windscreen, we've got the steering mechanism, we've got the engine block, we've got the seats. So yeah, let's get on with finishing this. Yep, happy New Year to you all. So I've got a relatively fresh coffee. Oh. Right, is that gonna still? No. So hang on a sec. Right. Not very well prepared. Right, so I'm just about make out the numbers 11 and 12 because the instructions tell us to open 2 bags at a time, which is weird, but at least it's different to Lego. Did you find this at Morrison's as well? No, my best mate and other mod, Swampy, bought it me for Christmas. He said he wanted to surprise me with something a bit different, but when I thought he meant something Lego completely different. But I was pleasantly surprised when he showed me that he got me some non-Lego. So a minute, bag 11. Let's get the 2 trays out. And then I don't know if I showed you, if you were here when you saw, but this was my other Christmas present off of my friend Jen Star, the Japanese maple tree. So I'll be doing that in a few days' time as well. That might take 2 streams, but I don't know. Hopefully not. Yeah, it is pretty. Oh, so I have that one. I have not attempted to build it yet. It looks a bit daunting because it's a lot bigger than the other botanicals. But you know, just do it in stages. Thought it was lovely looking as well. Yeah. Oh, these bags are a bit. These bags are worse than Lego bags. Right. We've got the front wheel brackets. So yeah, let's type that in before we get properly started. Agreed, I have the bamboo and one of the bouquets, and that wasn't horrible, but yeah, unfortunately that's the case because you've got, you know, you've got several different clumps of flowers and they're all the same. But if you just think of the end result, do you know what I mean? That's why some of these big builds I weren't sort of as prepared as I thought I'd be. There we go, there's my YouTube link. So if you miss the stream, or you only watch, you know, some of it, and you've got to go and do other stuff, be an adult and do life, you know what I mean, life happens. But yeah, hopefully by later tonight I'll have the VODs of part 1 yesterday and part 2 now up on YouTube, so you can peruse it at your own leisure. But yeah, we've got the new one out that's come out in a few days ago. The new wave of the little 2 cactus, which I wouldn't mind getting myself if I can. It's not on my wish list, but it's an added if I've got the spare money. So where are we going? Right. So we take the classic 2x4, and we've got a 1x8, and we put that on the top at the back. And then no, that's the wrong one. Got these really slim tapered at the edge, right? And then two of these with the studs facing down. Yeah, I don't just put the Twitch VODs on there. Sometimes I do some, if I'm not feeling quite up to doing a Twitch stream, I just do a little set and put it straight on YouTube. So I've got to do another one of them. Like the Star Wars micro fighters, they're really good for just popping out a little video every so often in between. Yep, 2 more of them. And then, so that sits on the front. And then we turn it over. We've got these double studded, both sides 2x2s. And I put them either side. So what's on everybody else's Lego wish lists for January and beyond? Because there are some more sets. I don't know if there's a few sets that are coming out later in January, and then there's more sets coming out in March. I've got about 4 or 5, maybe 6 sets that I might get if I've got the money. But I don't want to go too overboard, you know, right at the start of the new year. But I know I'm going to have a little bit left over. My friend got the tall neck from, yeah, and we got her the light set that go with it. Nice. Oh, hang on a sec. I'm going to bring up my Discord so I can put the link in. You're going to, well, if you'd like to, you can join the Discord, and I would very much like you to put a photo in there. Because I haven't got a PlayStation, so I've only seen other people play the game. But I've seen, the Lego version of Horizon, and that looks pretty mad. seeing all of the robotic creatures in Lego form. Right, so let's bring that up. Hopefully my laptop will not freeze and have a brain fart. So put that on the one side, and then the same the other. Is it going to let me do something? Come on, work. Yes. Invite. Copy. Yes. Yay. I did a thing. Right, and now paste. Won't work, thank you. For once my laptop actually worked. Oh yeah, they're both on Steam now. Yeah, I mean, if I had a PC, if I had the money to get a PC, I might. One of these days I might have to actually get a PC. Or a high-end spec laptop. Yeah, but there's the link for the Discord, the TAR Discord. Is that a white piece or is it a... No, it looks darker. I don't know. That's confused me. Hopefully... Can't see any darker pieces. Yo, joined once she finishes it, I'll post pics. Yes! I would love to see that. I've seen sort of like some pictures on people's YouTube videos, like reviewing them, but not like close up, you know, in the brick. Right, so we put these little bright blue colour pins. Yeah, awesome. So I haven't missed a bit, have I? I haven't missed any bits? Nope. Right, some pseudo Technic pieces. The arrangement of holes and cross hatches is different, but they are very similar to Lego. Right now she's doing all the flowery ones. She had to wait to start the tall neck until we could get together and give our part of... Ah, right, so you could give her the light kit alongside it. Yeah, that's fair enough. So we've got a little tiny cross hatch. And then a cross hatch receiver with a little plug at the top. And then the same the other side, but reversed. Oh, excuse me, coffee burp. Yeah, I'm thinking of similarly with my Soundwave set that I got myself for Christmas, that I built on Boxing Day. Videos on the YouTube in 3 parts because it's so big. But yeah, I'm thinking of getting a light kit to go inside the cassette deck part of that, so that it lights up, and I'm hoping that you can get the eyes to light up. I think what is it? It's not. Is it Lumi Bricks or one of the other ones that I saw a YouTube video where they lit up parts of the new DeLorean, the new Speed Champions DeLorean, and the little LEDs are tiny, and plus also the wires are that thin that you can fit them between bricks, and do you know what I mean? It doesn't impede the flow of electricity, and it just Do you know what I mean? It's so thin you can sit it between the two bricks and feed it in. They look really cool, so I'm hoping I can get something similar to, but hoping that I don't have to take the set apart because I've already built it to put the lights in. That's the thing I'm slightly worried about, but I'm just thinking, you know, because it's a big enough set, it's, you know, it's worth the investment of getting the, because some of these light kits cost 20-30 quid, maybe more, depending on the size of the set and the number of LEDs and wires and connections. So one of those, right, okay, so just one of them on the side. Click on it, click, thank you. That's a, yeah, it is, yeah. I mean, if it's just a little, like a little, maybe if it's like a little Lego City car, it's not that big, you know what I mean? You could literally take it all apart, redo it, and then put the lights in as you're doing it, but it's because it's a little set. But so, what now? 1x3, a one with a sticky outy bit. Oh, a little one stud, or rather one tile. But yeah, anyway, it's lovely to see you and chat. So that goes on the end like that, yeah. And then right. With one stud, but that's double-sided as well. Right. So that goes underneath like that. Ooh. And then that fits on the end like that. Yeah. And then got this little curved edge bit, and that goes across there. Yeah. Yep. Right. So make a little right angle with two 1x3s, one on top in the corner, and then a little grey on there. Yeah, is that right? And then that one off the end. Ooh. Where's that? Oh, there it is. We've got a little grabby bar, so that goes off that end there. Ooh. That. So I've got Swampy, my mod, coming round to inspect the completed car when he's finished work later this evening, so I'll have finished the stream by then. But yeah, because he bought it me for Christmas, he wants to, he saw me build what's there at the moment yesterday. Oh, that's weird. So we've got a grabby point, but then it's got a halfway across blue paint. the top. Yeah, and then that sits on this side, yeah. Okay, and then we got the little curved corner piece again, so that it matches the other side. Oh, and then we got little mini grill plates, so very tiny little grill plates, one by one, and they go all across the front bit. So yeah, hopefully we'll get this done in a couple of hours. So I went for about 3.5 hours yesterday, and I was like, oh. So I just thought, no, we'll end it there at 3.5. I was going to try and go for 4 hours, but I didn't make it. Right, so a 1x8 along the top. There we go. So whoops. So we have that facing up, and then a single one. It's like a reverse cheese wedge, and because it's white, it's Wensleydale. Like I said yesterday, I think, or in another video, depending on if it's white, if it's orange or yellow, you know what I mean, they get nominated a type of cheese. Right, and then we've got a, no, not a rounded one, a 45-degree angle one. So that goes in the middle, and then we've got the last one along on the end. So I imagine this is, yeah, this looks like the front end. So then we so it's not a normal grey, it's a slightly shiny grey. That clips on there, and then is that a rounded one? Yeah, that's the rounded one. So the rounded bit faces backwards though. That's weird. There we go. Yeah. Right, and then right, so this is where the bit with the blue trim comes to. So got a normal, oh damn it, excuse me. Right, so normal white one, and then the one with the blue trim, and then it's kind of a cheese wedge but with 2 studs on it. So that goes on there, and then that goes on that side. do they sit? Okay, right, so that sits in front. Okay, like that. And then right, okay. So that's where the trim goes in the middle, along the line, blue line, along the bottom, and then that bit. So, and then the same the other side. There we go. Yep. Right. Got a slightly sloping panel with some blue trim off one end. And the same again. So where do these go then? Right. So click on there. So the blue, there we go, all the blue lines up. All the way around to the bottom. And then that fits onto the front, I presume. Yes, so that's like obviously a yellow marker, so you've got that there. So that connects, there we go. So now we've got a bit of form to the front. And then we've got to build around it. So, okay. So what have we got? We've got a little thin piece. So where's that going? That goes on the edge there. With that there, yeah. And then so the grey one there, because the steering column's in the way, you can't put that edge bit there. So, and then same there. And now for the wheel arches, the front wheel arches this time. So how's that sit then? Does it sit? Right, okay. So it sits on that bit there. But there's nothing for it to connect here, so we're going to put something over here in a minute. And then got the two by fours, and that clips that part of the wheel arch in, so it's a bit more secure. And then a little one stud there, and the same either side. That one there. Another little one stud. 2, 1 by 2 there. Yeah. Oh, click. And the same the other side. So that there. Yep. Next page. So what's that? Okay. So we've got one of these with little sticky outy studs facing down. So that goes on the top of a normal one stud, and then yeah, there's no stud, but there's a sticky outy one, so and that goes on the top there. Right, so then you've got the 2 sticky outy ones there, and apparently that goes, so turn it around, so that goes in the middle, near the like part of the centre console, yeah, so there, and then got one of these right angle sort of fence plates kind of, and that goes there. Oh, clickety click, right, and that goes, okay, so that goes, is it clicking right next to it, or no, got to leave 2 here, so it's almost next to it. Right, so right, so what's that? Okay. We've got these little tiny quarter circle pieces. And they sit like that. So got the circular corner pieces with the studs on, and then we put we've got these little printed pieces for the speedometer and all that lot, all the dials. Top, and then got another one for the other side. So, and then that fits think. So there's like this dashboard console. So right, that's obviously sits above the steering. So that's wrong. There we go. Is that right? There we go. So it frames the steering wheel. Yeah, okay. Okay. So it's the same the other side, but no printed panels. So obviously I haven't got dials on the passenger side. Yeah. Yep, that goes on there. And I presume, yeah, that goes on there. I imagine it's like this so that you can convert it to, right-hand drive. Yeah, so that does fit flush to the other one. So potentially you could change. I don't know if you could change. No, probably not. And then we start layering up the cockpit, I think. So, got these inverted cheese wedge pieces, and they go one in. Oh, whoops. Right, so that goes, fits into there. Same the other side there. Right. So we're almost at the end of bag 11 and 12. So where's that go? One either side. And the other one there. And secure. Same the other side. And then it goes along the front. And then that goes along there. And there. Oh, oops. And to anybody that says to me, oh, that's not Lego, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It looks like Lego, it's just got a different brand name. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. But, do you know what I mean? The end result will look really cool, so it shouldn't make any difference that it's not Lego. So we've got these little curved edges, and they go right, yeah, they go in the gap here at the front. So that in properly, yeah. Okay. Oh. So bag 13 and 14. And we have the front part of the cockpit. That's bag 13. And then we've got bag 14. There's nicely wrapped plastic windshield. Oh. We've got these little ringlets. Tiny. Right, and there's your wrapped windshield. Very delicate. There we go, look at that. So that'll be going on in a sec. Right, and then so we take the windshield, so that does go flush to the front. We've got the blue trim carrying across the top, and then that sits so that sits on there. That's all wedged in there, nice and tight. So there we go. It's starting to properly take shape now. So triangular bits, and they go like that. Right. So sort of curved up into the right angle. That's definitely unique. So that one, yeah. And obviously the other one on the other side. Ooh. There we go. Oh, excuse me, I've got a bunged up nose. So this is the roof pan. So we put that on there. And then either side there, and then got the fluted ones, and they go either side. There we go, and that's the roof pan, and that goes, that clicks on. Oh, so that clicks on there, clicks on there. So all on nice and flush. It is now, I think, yeah. Yep, there we go, look at that. We're not far off of the finishing posts, so, and then I'm going to start doing the body work and the edging. Okey-doke. So that goes on there, yeah. On the side there, and that one on there, and then so that goes like that, and that goes like that. We've got like hybrid, got the slightly fluted, and then it goes up in a curve up here. That's a nice piece. So how does that fit on? It fits on like that, yeah. Right. So that goes in the middle there. Same across there. And then we've got some more weird pieces. So they go down that side. And that side. so that's pretty much all of the frame done. So we've got the doors, we've got the headlights and the rest of the front bumper. So, right, we turn it upside down. So that goes, okay, so that clicks in there. And then the same to the other side. Nice. Right. Right. Okay, so these are for the side indicators. So on the top there. Oh. And then that little hole goes there. And then a little so that goes bit there with a little jutting out triangular bit, and then so a little pin, and then a little orange indicator light. So that fits on. Yeah, so that fits on like that, yeah. There we go, so that's one of the indicators. Same for the other side. we go. Off indicators. And then time for the headlights. We've got these custom pieces. So there you go. So how do they... Right. So it goes on like that, I think. Like that, yeah. There we go. Headlights and indicators. Yep, right, cool. Right, exhaust pipe. So, what have we got here? We've got one with a little side bit, double one, another double one, and it's in metallic as well, it's shiny, and then another one with a hole on the side. Then okay, so you have to be careful when I open this, because otherwise it might fly everywhere. There we go. Right, so we take one of these little, kind of like washers really. So, and then so put the washer on there, and then that. Huh? I don't know. How's that supposed to sit on there? That don't work. It just, well, it kind of does. I don't know. Right, and then we've got these little pasta pieces in silver, and they got the end. Oh, whoops! See, do you know what I mean? That just pops off. I don't get that. So that goes like that, around that way, and then the other one goes round the other way. Oh no, I've got a little thin. Oh, I got a little thin tube. So that, okay. box in. Right, so I had got it wrong. So, and then that goes like that. Right. Yeah, and then we've got these little struts that go in like that. So that's one for one side, and now we'll do the other one. Clicks on there. Excuse me. Right, and then right. The other struts. Right. So, obviously, so where do these connect on? So they connect on these now like that, yeah? And then, on this side, have I got it right? So that end and then one in, yeah. So that goes there, and that clips nicely. So there we go, we've got exhaust pipes either side, very cool. And then, where's that, what's that? Okay. So does that go over the middle? Right, fair enough. Okay. So this is the crank for the bonnet. So we've got these little right angle pieces, little tubes, and then these little pins. Hello Stephen, you alright mate? Welcome, welcome. I'll do you I'm doing alright, we're not far off, we're nearly at, what is it? We're on bags 13 and 14 because the set requires us to open 2 bags at a time. But yeah, we're not far off. So, oh, thank you. Thank you for doing the shout out. I imagine that's Foxy. So, yeah, we're getting there. We've, like I say, we've got once these pieces are done from bags 13 and 14, then we've got 15 and 16, and they aren't huge bags. So, and then we begin, and then we've got the wheels and the rims, and then that's it. They came in like a little plastic case that wedges in the side of the box so you can see them. But yeah, so put another little pipe there. Oh, another little pin in there. Oh, and then a little sort of grab hook which we put in there. Wedge that one tight, and then, so how's that? We've got to make sure that's positioned properly. So that's right, yeah. Straight to the right angle. And then we've got a little pin in the side here. And how does this go in? Okay, so we've got this little grab point here, and that goes down like that. Don't understand. Well, hopefully we'll understand in a bit when it's done. So, right. So, right, along the inside. Whoops. So then we take, right, we put that like that, and then there. Yeah. And then we've got loads of these little hang-off studs. They go on the corner. Right. And then a little, some more little blue trim. So we turn it around, and we continue. There we go. Right, so they go either side there. And then that goes grill plates, but they're all the grills are facing up and going down to the side. So that's unusual. They're definitely unique pieces. Lego needs to take note. I think this is legitimate competition for Lego. But this is the thing, Lego are now going to have to stay within their remit as far as pieces go, because otherwise, do you know what I mean? You don't want it to get to the stage where Lego comes out with different pieces, but they're too similar to these pieces. You know what I mean? You'll have blooming court cases ensuing, left, right and centre. So I imagine, do you know what I mean? Mattel don't want to step on Lego's toes, legally. So they've done enough to make their pieces, their bricks, unique. So, yep. Plus the fact that they only do cars, they don't do everything else. So, right, more of these weird grill pieces. So they go... Okay, so what's this? What's this? So that sits... Okay. So I'm assuming that's going to fit on like that and hold that in there. So yeah. Oh, and even special if you like that. You know what I mean? They've even done little corner ones. So how a minute they fit in like that. And there we go. That looks pretty cool. And then, right, we've got these fluted tiles. And they go like that. Yeah, so I think this has to be the bonnet. Right, and then this fluted piece with the arrow at the front. So that goes like that. So we turn it over. We put that in there and that makes it a bit more solid. Alright, okay, so now we use long pieces so they go on the side like that, yeah? Four by one in the middle, and then the other one along the other side. There we go. Right, and then how does that go? So that sits like that, yeah? Right, and then snip, and then that one there. Oh, and these are unique pieces as well. So we've got a hole through the bar there, but then a one off the end. That was pretty cool. Weird and wonderful pieces. Yeah, so they line up with that bit. Right, and now we put this onto the bonnet. So, how does this clip on? Ah, so that's where the holes are. Okay. So that punches in there, yeah. Oh, that was a nice click. There we go, look at that. Got the bonnet that comes out. Nice. Almost there. Right, so this is where we bring the wheels in as well and the rims. So it's telling us we do bag 15 on its own. So what I'm going to do is I'm nearly at an hour and a half, and I think we're not going to be much longer, so I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to go for a little smoke break. It'll only be about 5 minutes. Talk amongst yourselves. back. I already went on my smoke break. Right, so bag 15. Thank you. Right. And we bring in a stack of wheels and rims to play. So, got a 1x8. And so, ooh, that's a different piece as well. We've got two little grips, so something will grip onto that then. That's a different piece. So there, that hangs off of the side there. Ah, these are the doors. Ah, okay. Thank you. Right, so, okay, so these double-sided, excuse me, yeah, double-studded. They're a bit hard to wedge in. Nope, click. Get in the hole. There we go. Right, and then we got these 3 ones. They go on the side. So they clip. They'll stick onto something. So what now? We've got goes on there. Oh, tight fit. Right. And then, yeah, so that goes on there. Oh. So we've got flat tile, but then reverse studs. So that goes in there, and then I got this circularised edge there. And then that on there. Okay. So 1x5 flat tile with a little wing piece. Hang on, wrong one. So, and then that goes on there. And then that sits like that. Okay. Right, so we've got the little door handle. Little door handle goes in there. That's cool. Make sure it's straight. Yep. So we go on the side, and we've got, so that goes on there. And we've got these little kind of silver leaves or claws. It's like I'm offering them up to the camera. Oh, I got the wrong ones. No, we've got these ones. Circular edges. But they're made similar to the claw ones. Right, so they go on the edge there, and then we build up the side of the door. With lots of Wensleydale wedges. Yep, Wensleydale. Right, so that's the edge of the door. Okay, so now we use the dagger piece. Well, now we use the claw pieces. So we put that on the edge like that. And then what's this? We've got a silver stud. We've got like a little circular end with a hole. So connect that to the stud. Whoops, that nearly went flying. Right, that's clipped in, and then another one of the little door handle pieces, that clips in there. That's a tight fit. Right, and then that goes, so these are the wing mirrors. That goes in like that. That's a nice little bit of detail. You know what I mean? And kind of slightly silver. So, next page. Yep, and we do the other door. Right. So, we've got the other hook piece. And then the double studded ones across the middle. Yeah, that's tight. That's getting, there we go. Right. And then them hanging off the end. Clippity clip. And then that there. Oh. Yeah, and then that down the side. Any bits now. Cool. Right. So the little door handle again. Right. Turn it round. Clippity clip. So now we fix the doors on the sides. So that's where the clippy bit goes on. There we go. Hang on. That's a bit of a tight fit. Yeah. I suppose you don't want it to be flappy, do you? So, but that's a bit of a very flush. Okay. And that, why is that one a bit looser? Yeah, that one's looser. I suppose that's how it goes. There. So the doors are in. Right, so what now? We turn it upside down and we put the little studs in. Got these little white pin studs. So apparently they go in here. What purpose does that serve? I don't know. Right. Okay, we've got some curvy bits. Excuse me. Right, so curvy bits. So like that. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and then the same for all the different points. Yep. And then whoops. How's this going on? Does that go on? Yeah, like that. Okay. Oh, no, wrong way around. Is that it? Yeah. There we go. Right, so that's all the four wheel arches on. Now for the wheels. Okay. Okay, what's going on here? looks like there's extra bits that you can change and customise. Okay. Oh, hang on. You can, apparently, you can change, there's extra bits so that you can change this bit to a sticky uppy fin. This is interesting. I wasn't expecting this. And okay, so you take that off, and there's an extra, yeah, and you can change this bit as well. Makes it a bit extra chunky at the bottom, so it's like, yeah. Oh, okay. I might do an extra little video for that, for modifications. You can, yeah, you can proper change it. Okay. Interesting. So are they different shapes? I don't know. Confusing. So yeah, we have literally just got the wheels to put on, and then there's the modifications. But like I say, I'll do that for another little video on YouTube. Right, so we take I don't know which ones. I think, yeah, we'll use the normal ones. Plus, it looks like you get a little Hot Wheels, a little Hot Wheels key fob to go on your keychain, and it's chunky metal as well. So I'll be putting that on my keys. Unlike Lego, I think these are actually metal parts. Okay, right. So how do we put these on then? So we've got the pins. So we put the rims on, and they click in, yeah? What's going on here? change them at some point to the other rims, but these ones match with the little Hot Wheels car, a little model. So there we go. There, wheels are on. Steering. Yeah, the doors are a bit snug, but plus, like I say, you've got the little I can get this little arm to come up. There we go. So hang on, is that supposed to be that way round? Yeah. And then you just hook it. So there you go, you've got the little hook that comes out and holds the bonnet up. But yeah, oh, hang on. I am really surprised and chuffed with that. I mean, it looks like Lego, but obviously I know it's not. But yeah, that's chunky. And then I'll use one of these rings. The bit that I messed off earlier because I didn't know where the bits were, so we put that on there, and that's like the petrol cap intake. Yeah, that is really cool. Yeah, it is a good imitation. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, you've got things like the windshields; they're unique pieces, but and things like these grille plates, because they're angled, but and the headlights. You know what I mean? Across the whole set, there are a lot of unique pieces to Mattel, but it fits together, you know, like a Lego set. So at this size, the amount of detail that you've got, you know, like with the exhaust pipes and all the grille plates down the side and here on the boot, on the bonnet and the engine block. I think it's definitely competition for Lego, you know. Some people are going to be buying these, and hopefully soon as well I'll have a little brother for this, the Chrysler LMP race car, but that's only going to be about to there, a lot smaller. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. I'm surprised how good it looks. I didn't really have any expectations for it because I didn't know what to make of these sets really, but I'm glad that my mate bought me it for Christmas because it's better in the flesh, in the brick. Yeah, that's really cool. Right, well, so that's it, that's done for the main build. Anyway, I'll like I say, I'll put a little video up on YouTube of me trying to customise it. So putting the different rims on, changing the wheel arches, putting the extra fin on the long bottom, and then a different fin on the back of here. I'm not really bothered about putting stickers on it because I don't want to mess it up, to be honest. I might change my mind in the future, but yeah. So let's quite surprised really, because I thought I'd be using bag 16. I didn't think it was. I thought the only customizing you could do was the rims. I didn't realise, you know what I mean? It's a bit like the Back to the Future DeLorean, where you can make the wheels go down to the side so that it looks like it's flying, and you put Mr. Fusion on the back instead of the lightning rod. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what it looks like with the fin along the back here, and then the extra down, it's like a downforce fin, so it lessens the air that goes underneath the car and forces it to go over the top, I think. But yeah, right, let's find somebody to raid. Who have we got on that I know anyway? Let's have a look. I don't know if I've got. Oh, hang on, we've got somebody called Bongo, 1986, and they're doing Lego and brick building. So I think I might. Yeah, I might raid them. They're a complete unknown, so be wary, but be nice. So let's type in the raid message. I usually put hashtag raid in a blue box, but yeah, we're going to go and say hi to Bongo 1986, just because he's doing Lego with Bongo. Yeah, as opposed to Lego with Fonzie. Is that gonna... Have I put it in right? And then Bongo 1986 was it? Yeah. 1986. Right, let's put that through. Right, as always, thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure to build this Chevrolet Corvette Grand Sport for you. Well, I'll finish it anyway from yesterday. So yeah, I'm not sure if the next build is going to be the Japanese maple tree, but it will be soon. Usually I would stream on a Tuesday. That's, you know what I mean, because it's New Year. I haven't quite got used to the days of the week after Christmas. It's like my body clock's out of whack still a little bit. I haven't got used to it being 2026. So yes, let's get the raid on the go. But I should see you in a few days with another Lego build. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. suppose I better turn off my phone, haven't I? Turn off the blooming stream.